Hello and welcome to the SCJ Bug Lab. My name is Vijay Pai and I'm an entomologist that works at the ERC. The ERC is the Entomology Research Center. I've been working with the company for 3 years and I'm an entomologist by trade. So the ERC is actually the world's largest privately owned urban entomology center in the entire world. And unfortunately you couldn't come to our facility in the US, so we have some videos to show you the facility.
Welcome to the S.C. Johnson Entomology Research Center, commonly referred to as the ERC. Located on what was the Johnson family's farm in Racine, Wisconsin in the United States, this 30-acre facility is the largest privately owned urban entomology center in the world. A facility built to raise and test insects under ideal environmental conditions, using some of the most sophisticated product evaluation methods known to the industry.
So as you can see, we have a very large facility. We raise about 21 million insects each year. So it's not just me that works at the Entomology Center. There's 20 other entomologists that are very highly skilled and qualified. We have PhDs, people with their masters, but we also have people with 25 to 30 years experience in the industry. So you can take a look at this next video that will show you our facility and where we raise our insects.
The Insectary, one of the world's largest facilities for rearing multiple indoor pests. At the Insectary, insects are raised under controlled conditions to help researchers study all aspects of insect behavior, development, and control. Because insects are cold-blooded, their activity is highly dependent upon temperature. So temperature and humidity are carefully monitored and regulated to provide a consistent and uniform environment critical for producing quality insects and reliable test results.
So the work that we do at the ERC boils down to two different subjects. The first one is to support our products and all of our global brands. The second type of work that we do is new novel research. We do something called applied entomology research. So that's looking to the future to new insecticides and new delivery devices. So we have one last video to show you.
Applied entomology research, where investigators study insect behavior and new control technologies. These activities eventually lead to new insecticides, repellents, attractants, growth regulators, and cutting-edge delivery devices.
The mosquito is actually the world's most dangerous animal, if you could believe it. Many people are scared of sharks and tigers and large predators, but it's the mosquito that really does the damage. Mosquitoes every year, according to the World Health Organization, kill about 750,000 people. That's a lot of people. So these are really important insects and really important to our company to have products that work against these insects. So first I'll give you a quick biology lesson on how the insect works. So the insect starts as an egg and then develops into something called a larva. The larva will become a pupa, which then hatches into an adult mosquito. So the eggs, if you think about a mosquito egg, there's basically two schools of thought. The first type of mosquito egg will actually be laid right on the water's surface. All mosquitoes need water in order to lay their eggs, but the first type lays it right on the water's surface. The eggs are a little bit more brittle and they float on the water's surface, so after a couple of days, or maybe even a couple of hours, according to the conditions, they will hatch out into these larvae, which will then develop into pupae. The next school of thought is the mosquito with more resistant type eggs. So this mosquito actually lays its eggs right on the surface line of the water. So these eggs are very resistant to dry and cold temperatures. So let's say that the mosquito were to lay its egg in this month and then it's a long drought period for a couple of more months after. The eggs will actually survive, and then over time, the next rain cycle, when water goes over the eggs will hatch, and then the larvae will then hatch and create the pupae, which then become the adult. So the larvae actually survive for about 1 to 2 weeks. That's about the life cycle until they're ready to pupate into the adult form. So many people wonder why they itch when they get bitten by an adult mosquito. And that's because the mosquito will bite you and spit inside of you. So this is the precise mechanism by how the mosquito transmits diseases. So the mosquito uses carbon dioxide to find you from a long distance away. Once the mosquito finds generally where you're located, it will use some other type of host mechanisms to locate you. So those are things like temperature, humidity, the color that you're wearing. Mosquitoes are more attracted to darker colors, but also besides temperature and color, they're also really attracted to different smells. So the adult mosquito that we have here is actually called the Aedes aegypti mosquito. This is a very common biter throughout the day, and that's why I've used it. This is very closely related to the tiger mosquito, which I'm sure you've heard about. The tiger mosquito is very invasive, and both the tiger mosquito and this Aedes aegypti mosquito are responsible for transmitting diseases such as dengue fever, West Nile virus, and many others. It's important to note that there's not only one mosquito type out in the world. Worldwide, there's approximately 3,500 mosquitoes. So it's important for us as a company to test on many different mosquito types. So at our lab at the Entomology Center, we have 4 different types of mosquito that represent all around the world the different type of mosquitoes. They're all representative. So for example, we test on this Aedes aegypti mosquito, we test on another type of mosquito called the Culex, and that's found more in the Americas. This Aedes aegypti is found worldwide. We test on another species called the Anopheles, and this is responsible for transmitting malaria. So that one's more found in Asia and Africa, but as a company, we need to test on all 4 mosquitoes to ensure that our products work and work well. So now we can talk more about how products in the industry work against these mosquito bites. So I will show you a couple products, and we can talk about how they work. So many people don't know that it's the female mosquito that needs to bite you in order to get the blood to make the eggs for the next generation. The males do not bite. Both the males and the females both need nectar or sugar water in order to survive and have energy, but it is the females that are the ones that bite. So here I have a lot of hungry females, and I'm going to stick my arm in the cage to prove to you that they are in fact hungry mosquitoes, and then we can show some products and how they work to repel mosquitoes. So you will see that they are seeking me out and trying to bite. You can see that they have landed in many places. I will shake my hand to obviously avoid being bitten, but you can see they will find the target, land, and then it takes them a minute to put their mouth parts actually beneath the skin. So they are hungry, and there's no trick being played. So I will take my hand out and move on to the products. So the first product I will test is a natural band. These are very common all over the world. So this natural band is made of citronella oil. So I will put this product on. It's meant to repel mosquitoes all over your body, and that's what often it claims on the pack. So for this specific one, I will put on my arm, and we will test it against these hungry mosquitoes. So I just opened this. There wasn't aged or anything, and you can smell the citronella oil, and we will test to see the repellency effect it has against these Aedes aegypti mosquito. And as you can see, I'm shaking my hand to avoid getting bitten again, but there is not much efficacy. So this is common with many different types of these natural products, whether it be citronella oil, cinnamon oil, anything like that, where since it's not an active ingredient, they don't really need to register the product through the proper governmental agencies. So the final product we will test on is our product. This is the Autan Family Care. The active ingredient inside is DEET. It has 15% DEET. So something that's important to keep in mind is the percentage of DEET in our products is not the amount of protection, rather it is the protection time. So this product has 15% DEET. We carry products with 25% DEET. 25% DEET lasts for up to 8 hours. So it's not better protection if you use 25%, it's more protection time. So this being the Family Care, it's only 4 hours. So it's important with these type of products to fully coat the skin. So when you're going to apply it, you're going to want to take it off and make sure to fully coat it all the way around the skin. and then make sure to rub it. So you can see I might have put more than you're used to being applied, but it's crucial that any spot that you miss, the mosquito will find. So you must fully put it on. Then I'll put my arm in the cage and we'll see how it works. So you can see it, maybe they are landing, but they won't actually land and probe. And that's because DEET, the active ingredient, works as a true repellent. So it will work to get into their smell receptors, and they don't like it. It really bothers them. So even if they know that I'm hot and they want to come get my blood, that DEET coming off of my skin will really work to deter them. Thank you so much for your time. I hope the demos and the talk have given you a greater insight on the insect world and our products. Thank you and enjoy your time here at the SCJ Bug Lab.